Hey, this is Callie with Moxie Blooms and Flower Moxie, and today I'm going to show you how to make a minimalistic centerpiece using the Ming dish. So we sell this Ming dish on the Flower Moxie supply site. It's very affordable and it's perfect for a minimalistic design. I'm also going to be doing this eco-friendly, so no foam, no chicken wire, just a pin frog. And this is a clear plastic pin frog. You can find this on our Amazon store. We're also looking at adding it to Flower Moxie supply, so stay tuned for that. Let's see, I already have my Ming dish set up and ready to go with the pin frog inside, but I did want to show you how you attach this. So oddly enough, I've found that having the water already in the dish helps this to adhere a little bit better. You would think it would be the opposite way, but trust me, go ahead and fill your dish with water and then press the pin frog into the bottom. I try to center it as good as I can. Just make sure it's really firm and that all three of the suction cups are stuck on really good. Okay, I'm not going to be using this one. I just wanted to show you kind of how fast and easy that is. So in our last video, Amy showed you how to make an anthurium bouquet using a chicken wire egg. I've deconstructed that bouquet because I wanted to show you how to use all of those same flowers to make a very simple centerpiece. So I have my pin frog in here. If I was making anything bigger, heavier, I would suggest using a tape grid across the top of this just to really secure those heavy blooms, and you'll also kind of run out of surface area with the pin frog. So I'm going to try to keep this as minimal as I can, sort of imitating the Ikebana design. I'm not an Ikebana Japanese expert, so I'm not going to pretend like I know all of the rules to that, but it is going to be pretty closely related to how that vibe would be. Okay, so I'm going to start with a few of my bigger blooms, anchor those in the bottom of the Ming dish. Let's see, really love these cremones. And all of these flowers that I'll be using, you can find on the Flower Moxie website, except for the anthurium, and that will be only on Moxie Blooms. So I want to make sure that some of my blooms are facing outward. So I don't want to have just everything growing straight up from the middle of my design. So I'm going to use a few of my bigger blooms to kind of anchor it down. So typically you'll hear me preach that you need to use odd numbers of flowers, but with something more minimalistic, it's okay to use 2s, 4s, just kind of, you don't want to overpack anything trying to get 3 big cremones in this arrangement. I think this is as big as I kind of want to go, so I'm not going to worry about that 3rd placement here. So I've done a bit of grouping on this side with my bigger peach flowers. I'm going to fill in with a few dancers this way, and then the last part will be getting those anthurium in really tall and maybe anchoring 1 or 2 down low as well. with fun accent flowers, luxury flowers, anything like ranunculus, these really cute Orlea lace. Amy has recently taught me to call these dancers, and I just love that description because it's perfect. You want to place them in your design where they're really showing off, where they're able to have movement and dance around, and that means I just leave them a little longer. I don't like to compact those in, make sure they're not pressed up against a big rose or anything like that, just so you can really see how beautiful and dainty they are. So far, my pin frog is doing a stellar job of holding all of the stems. Hasn't moved a bit, and it still feels really secure in here. I feel that's a little extreme, so I'm going to chop this one down a lot more. Much better. All right, I feel I've got enough of my mass flowers. I really want to keep this minimalist and simple. So I have kind of a hole in the back here, which was intentional because I want to place an anthurium at the bottom. And then I'll place probably 2 or 3 more kind of floating around that one. All right, I'm happy with this side. Just gonna make sure you can see some taller ones from that side too. Okay, I'll take one last look, spin everything around. Notice that this is my favorite dancer. It's always kind of nice to have one flower that just goes wild. You just need to let it go wild because it adds so much visual interest and gives you a lot of really good negative space in your designs. So this was really fast and easy, really minimal product, and honestly, this will last super long. It's not in foam. It's really easy to add more water to this container. So I'm obsessed. I think I'll keep doing this. So this is my finished design. I really love it. I think it's interesting, kind of different than your basic centerpiece. And if you're not really into those high volume packed in centerpieces, this would be a great alternative for you. I would say this took me 10-15 minutes tops to make, and it also is very economical because there's maybe $40 worth of flowers in here. So remember that you can find all of this on flowermoxie.com as well as the anthurium, and those are on moxieblooms.com. So let me know what you think of this design style, what you think of the pin frogs, just overall vibe of this arrangement in the comments below. And be sure you follow us at Flower Moxie and Moxie Blooms.